Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a 2-page layout using pictures of my youngest two when they were ages 4 and 5 jumping in rain puddles or mud puddles. And oh my gosh, they had so much fun. So I have here from Open Cardstock. This is by, it doesn't say. I think this came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. Anyways, it's this raindrop with rainbows, clouds, and umbrellas. And it is 12 by 12. But first I'm going to attach this paper. This is like a gold paper that's found in the wedding section, but I kind of like that it had like a look like mud mixed in with a little bit of greenery, so that's kind of reminds me of those pictures, so I decided to use this. And then this is just a strip of grass that I'd cut out a bunch of them and put them in my drawer, and so I pulled that out to use. So let's go ahead and get this adhered. In fact, I just took my son to the gym for his morning football workout, and it was a very heavy drizzle or light or mist. I don't know what you want to call it. It's a perfect day to work on this layout. So after my kids thoroughly enjoyed themselves out on the mud puddles, we stripped them down, threw their clothes in the washer, and threw them in the bath. And then I gave them hot cocoa. And that started our tradition of whenever it rains, I give my kids hot cocoa. And it doesn't rain here very often at all. So they still, even though they're all in their teens and all going to be in high school, still live according to that tradition. All right, let's attach this to the bottom. Just gonna smooth it out with my bone folder because I can feel some of that glue underneath there. Okay. Next, I have this strip here. This is blue on blue polka dot, and it is 2 inches. Turn my paper just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And then I have this strip of yellow, and I'm going to put it right up here. All right, and then as you can see, these pages are not quite cut. Even though this came from a 12 by 12 sheet, this is a 12 by 12, it's a little short here. So I'm going to bring in this. I don't know, normally I don't use this one, but it's here, so let's go ahead and do it. And cut this to 11.5. Wow, that seems like a lot. I am going to bring in my straight edge. I don't use this very often, so I'm not real familiar with it anymore. Okay. So, plus, I feel like this straight edge here gives it a much cleaner cut. This is crooked too. Like this whole paper's crooked. Okay. And then this needs to be trimmed out. So I'm going to cut off trying to see what I did with the last one. Hold on. Oh, wow. Did I just screw this whole thing up? It's already cut at 11.5 there. This is, let me double check this. Okay. No, it's fine. Apparently, when I was putting this layout, or figuring the layout together about 3 weeks ago, I had already cut this down to 11.5, but I hadn't done it this way. So there we go. All right, next I'm going to bring in craft cardstock. And I'm going to adhere this with general purpose ATG. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my paper pieces. So my pictures are 4 by 4, so I cut this down to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm going to put 3 on this one using flip flaps and 3 on the other one. And I've got these 2 clouds I cut out, and I'm going to put the darker one in front because it was, like I said, raining. And then I've got my little boy. So I'm going to put him right there. And then my title. And all these paper pieces come from Cadoodle Bug Design. I'm still working on those paper pieces that I had bought when she was having her big sale. All right, then the other paper pieces will go on the other side. So. All right, so this is going to go like that. I don't know if you can tell, this paper is quite shimmery. I think it's so funny. So I'm working on this page. I put it together, like I said, a few months ago, and then I did a practice run a couple weeks ago. And then today, because I'm impatient and probably not the wisest person in the world, I did not go back and double check how I had my original layout. So I'm going to put this down how I see fit today. And the odds are is I will look at Cricut Design Space when I'm done with this and realize I did it completely different, or at least slightly different than what I originally planned. But it will all work out together, so I'm not too concerned. Just trying to hold this down just to get these thick pieces to adhere. Now, one thing I am doing different is this puddle jumper had a puddle itself going with it. I'm not going to use it because it's going to be up here. I just thought it would look silly to have a puddle up in the sky. And so I decided, I did cut it out, but I'm not going to use it. I inked these clouds with a dark blue. All right, so that's my first side. I'm going to come back and add some splashes and some rain, but before I do that, I'm going to bring in my other side. Here's this one. And I'm not quite sure where I had this, so let's see. So I know she is up here. And she's down here. And clouds or something like that. All right. And then I got this worm. All right. So let me go ahead and bring in this side. I think I'm going to line up my pictures here. Maybe not. Then nope, they're not going to be even. That's okay. All right, I'm just going to go with it. I watched this one YouTuber, and some of her videos I don't really pay attention to because she does a lot of junk journaling, and that's not my style. But she also does some layouts with some paper piecings, and she actually uses paper piecings on her junk journal. But oh my gosh, she's so funny to me because I can tell that she has an idea of what she wants to do, but she hasn't fully planned out her pages. And so she's kind of a hot mess, and I've decided that's kind of how I do things. Maybe that's why I enjoy her so much. She's just hilarious. So her videos can be a little long, so sometimes I'll just put her on while I'm cooking or something so I can watch, but mainly I just want to listen to her. She's so funny to me. And she's from Missouri, and that's where my husband's family is. And he was in the kitchen one day having his lunch while I was listening to her, and he asked me where she was from. And I said, "Oh, Missouri." And he goes, "Oh, well, would you expect anything less from a hot mess?" And I was like, "I guess not." I really enjoy her. Okay, so I'm going to put this just like that. And I'm not going to put the puddle right on top of the picture because I'm going to use flip-flops. So I don't see the need. All right. Oops. And this cute little worm, I can't remember if it came with the file or if I added it. But you gotta have worms when you're dealing with the rain, right? Okay. All right, so now I have, let me bring this in. This is my, I always label the top of my sheet protector. because they say you don't want to put it on upside down. So top G, because I have blue mats as well as green mats. So just so I know this goes on top of a green one. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I always write on there so I know to put it back the right way. Okay, so I have these raindrops, and I thought I would just put some of them down. So I'm just going to put some glue. Ooh. And no, I'm not inking these raindrops up, just, yeah, that would just be too much work. Okay. I'm just randomly putting glue down. This big one right here. Okay, let's put a few more over here. And I just kept them on my mat so I wouldn't lose them. So I'm going to add a little bit more to this one because it's pretty good size. Okay, I just got a couple small ones I'm going to add. And these super teeny tiny ones, I'm not going to use those. Okay, so there's that. And then I have this other mat. Everything's falling all over. Okay, let's put this over here for right now. Okay. And this one, I'm just going to add some of these splashes. And again, these splashes are not inked up. Okay, so there's some splashes on the little boy, some little raindrops. And put this to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing with these girls. This is the Puddle that was supposed to go with the title that I told you I wasn't using. So. All right. This one needs to go this direction. put one right there. One over here. And maybe I'll just put a smaller one right next to her. Okay, so I have some splashes left over. I'm not going to use them, but I'm going to bring in these raindrops. And I'm going to add some rain. Do one right here, one right here, and right there. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. This one has its top cut off. So I'm going to put this right at the very top here. Like that. And then I'll add another raindrop down here. And okay, I think that's good with the raindrops. Do I need any more? Maybe I'll add one more. Okay. So this is my 2-page puddle jumping layout. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.